Hi Mario, hi Kim. I love you guys so much. I was wondering, Kim, how did you discover Mario? And like what made you fall in love with him?
Yeah, I can literally remember.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you guys so much. This is amazing. Sorry, I have to capture this. Because you guys, I'm sure you already know, my first class had 15 students in it, so this is really overwhelming for me. So first of all, thank you again so much for coming. You know, we have a special guest, obviously, and for the obvious reasons, you guys know why she's special to me, and but not only to me, really to the whole entire makeup and beauty community. You know, she single-handedly has changed the face of our industry. So welcome my muse, Kim Kardashian West.
Wait, let me post it. I need a filter because I have no makeup on. I do. Today's going to be a task because I look crazy. So you guys are going to see a major transformation.
She looks flawless.
But yeah, Mario is like the reason why I have fallen in love with makeup and why I've learned so much, like of how to do my own makeup, but also a reason of why I got really lazy because I would have him do my makeup every single day. So I've learned so much from him, but every time he does my makeup, I learn something new. So I love doing these classes because I really do get a chance to learn with you guys and to see how he really does it. Sometimes you can get lazy if you're sitting in the chair and you're not paying attention. We zone out, I'm on my phone, and he just does his magic and I just trust him. And I could literally have no mirror, which is really rare, like when you work with someone because you always want to perfect things and change little things. But with Mario, I don't even need a mirror. If he says it looks okay, I know it looks okay, and I'm ready to just walk out the door.
Thank you. It's a little special bond that we have.
Yeah.
I always joke, I put a spell on her 10 years ago that she'd never like anyone else. I think it worked. But yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, I want to kind of just get started. Let's really see right there. How many of you guys are makeup artists? Oh my God. The pressure. How many of you are not makeup artists? Oh wow, that's random. Okay, cool. So the look I'm going to teach you guys today is going to be sort of a classic, you know, glam look, sort of that Kim and I are known for. But I want to make sure that it's a tasteful look. It's a look that you guys can use on all of your bridal clients and any clients that you have. It's a look that's going to last really, really long, because that's really important as a makeup artist, that your makeup lasts for a really long time because you're not with your clients to touch them up. And yeah, it's going to be tasteful. We're going to discuss all kinds of things, Instagram makeup and all kinds of things, and I'm going to discuss, you know, the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing and how that can translate to all different kinds of ethnicities and features and different faces and stuff. So what kind of look do you guys want to see me do? Smoky eyes, glam? Kim and I have been getting a little back into, it's like a lavender not moisturizer, it's a lavender hand sanitizer. Did I use this the other day when I got used to it?
One important tip that I should tell you guys if you are makeup artists and you want to be really professional, and Mario, if you want to listen to this too, feel free. Maybe if you're in someone's face really close and you have a cold, like Mario did last week, maybe you should wear a mask because now.
And so I'm going to kind of explain everything in great detail and let you know what products I'm using, and you know, I'm going to show you the products on the camera. If there are questions, just try to keep the questions to what part I'm working on. So if I'm doing the brows, don't ask me about lips or foundation or concealer. Just keep it to that area. But I'm going to try to, you know, explain everything fully for you guys because it's such a massive venue and so many people. It's going to be hard.
Like if I'm going to an award show or anything, even if I have the dress, like we just pick the look right before. We don't really, I might plan out like what my hair will be, but we don't really plan out the makeup look until like right then and there.
We never really, and I never know what I'm doing until I'm actually on the face and working. Like, I still have no idea what look I'm giving her. I just kind of go, that's just how I work. I just kind of go along. You know, I'll do the brows and this, you know, starts coming to me, and the vibe or the inspiration starts coming to me. So I'm just softly going through the brows, and then everything I do I brush through to blend it. I always start out with a little bit, so you want to start out with a little bit of product, and this goes with not just the brows, but every feature, everything that I do in makeup. I always start out with a little bit, and then I just keep building and blending, building and blending, building and blending, and that's how you get a makeup that looks, you know, that's beat in person, but also looks really flawless in person. It's the building, you know, the building of the product and the blending of the product. And it's really important, you know, that your makeup photographs beautifully and it looks beautiful in video, but also looks really clean and beautiful in person and not sort of intimidating and cakey in person. I know you guys like to know what brush is. This is one of my 15-year-old brushes. It's Stila number 6. It's just a... I'm going to take now this Viseart palette. This is what I use a lot for shadow, but also for eyebrows. I've been using this for years. It's the 01 Neutral Matte Viseart. 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 I'm going to mix these two shades here. I could hear your pens going to work. Viseart. Viseart. What's that? They don't have names. It's just these two brown ones here. The name of the palette is Neutral Matte 01. It's the number 1 palette, 01. And I usually fill in more just on the outer corners because I like this area to look.
Hi, Mario and Kim.
I like this area to look very natural. Yes.
What is your skin type?
My skin type, it can be pretty dry. Yeah, it's definitely not oily, but it's not super dry. It's kind of just in between.
Yeah, she's pretty dry. Dry and ashy. Just kidding.
Thanks.
Yes, for me.
I was just wondering why you choose to do, actually I have 2 questions, but I was wondering why you choose to do the brows before you do any of like the foundation and whatnot.
You know, I never used to do brows first. I change up what I do from time to time. Right now, like the past few months, I'm just into doing the brows first. I guess there's no real reason to it other than I like to start framing the face because I do eyeshadows. I used to do skin first. And now I don't do that because the makeup comes out much cleaner. Now that I do a much more kind of natural skin, the overall look comes out more clean when I do eyes first and skin last. And so I like to do brows first to really frame that eye area up. And like I mentioned earlier, when I do the brows first, I can really gauge how intense I want the eyes to be, you know, because the brows are already done. So it's not like I'm going to do a super dramatic eye and then I mess it up by doing a super dramatic brow. When the brow is done first, I have more control over the intensity of the eye.
Do you prefer the translucent powder to an actual eyeshadow to set, or is it just whatever you have on hand?
Do I prefer the translucent powder to set or what?
To set the concealer on the eyes instead of like a bone colored eyeshadow or something.
Oh yeah, no, I don't use eyeshadows to set the concealer. I always use powder. You can use an eyeshadow too, though. That's very YouTubey and Instagrammy, right, James? Yeah. Yeah, I never did that. I was never like trained like that back in the day. We just used powder, and then I use an eyeshadow over it as well. But what I'm going to do actually is most of the time I use a cream eyeshadow on the lids after I've set it with the powder. So I'm going to show you that right now. Sorry, I can't see that. That's interesting. Okay. So I'm going to use a cream eyeshadow. This one is Tom Ford. 04 Spice. It's just kind of like a nice bronzy shade. And I like to use a cream shadow on the eyelids first to kind of build intensity. Like I said earlier, I sort of, build little by little on the eyes. This is going to add color, but it's also going to add texture. And then once I've applied the powder shadows over it, it really is going to be bulletproof and last all day. I'm almost taking off most of the product onto my hand before I apply it, because I want it to be very light sheer layer on the lids. It's 04 Spice, number 4. Also, you want to really pay attention, especially to a step like this when you want it to be light. During most of my application, the amount of pressure I apply is very soft. I love this product, and I think you guys all will agree when you get it, or if you get it, the formula is really, really beautiful and buttery, and the consistency is really nice. So I'm going to use
I like my swatches, I swear.
The swatches are so good. The funny thing is that she had no idea. Like she didn't even know they were bad. She just thought that, like, any swatch was the same.
No, I kind of knew they were bad.
Did you really?
Like after I did it, I was like, oh shoot, I don't have as pretty as everyone else's.
Oh my god.
But I
So
didn't have a light or so.
So the real, I guess the technical way would be to use the angled side for the contour, but I'm actually going to use the highlighting side just because I like to do things differently. I'm going to use the number 1. Turn this way. And I'm just going to apply that right to the hollows of the cheeks, and I love this color for like medium skin tones. It's really nice. These are the kind of shades that we used for many, many years to contour and to warm up the skin.
Mario.
August 22nd.
What?
What is it?
So I know Anastasia sponsors you, but can I please have your honest opinion about the subculture palette and what you think about it?
What do you mean she sponsors me? Nobody sponsors me. Yeah, she doesn't sponsor me. I actually haven't used it. I think the colors are beautiful, but I haven't been able to play with it yet. It's in my kit. I just haven't swatched it or played with it, because when I got it, I went on vacation that day. I just got back, so I haven't had a chance. But I'm looking forward to it. I want to see like what all the drama's about.
Do you offer your services to the general public?
Unfortunately, I wish I could, but I just can't, like with my scheduling and stuff. Because I have my clients and I have, quite a few like brand contracts, and so in my master classes, and I just, it's hard when you're a celebrity makeup artist. The general public doesn't really understand that world, and so when it comes to like rates and prices, like to them it's like mind-boggling, like they don't understand it. So I just kind of stay away from. But it's that, and then also it's not easy like schedule-wise to just do like a random person's makeup. It doesn't really work out like that. I had a session with a psychic, and the psychic didn't know anything about me or what I did or who I worked with or anything. And she said to me, and I've always had this in my mind, she said to me, there's a girl that she's like, you're very involved with, and and you two will be involved in each other's lives forever, and you will always help each other out for the rest of your lives. So I can imagine it's probably her, right?
Aww.
Did I ever tell you that? I never told you that, right? Yeah, I never told you that.
It's totally me.
She's cute. She's a cute person. She's
Yes.
so cute.
When you guys came back from the lunch break, you were touching up the concealer. Were you using just the ginger concealer, or were you mixing the ginger and honey?
Ginger and honey. It was more of the honey though. Alright, let me just, sorry. So many questions. Hold on, let me just look back and see, because I'm getting distracted. Look straight, Kim. Why do you keep looking to the right?
I don't know, I'm looking out. I can't see anything.
Look to your left all the way. Let me see. Alright, does she need more contour, or is she good?
No, she's good.
What? More contour? No, you know why? Because I think in person it's a little bit heavier than what it looks like on the screen. But it could be just because I'm very close to the screen.
I love to contour my forehead. It's like my favorite thing. Makes your forehead look short.
I have a question. You guys talk a lot about the trust you have in a relationship. How did you learn how to gain that from Mario?
The trust.
For me or for her?
Oh, for her. Oh.
I think when someone's in your home every single day, they see our journeys. I mean, it'll start with like little secrets, like saying, "Oh my gosh, you know, I'm pregnant," or and then it not getting out, you know, and like building that trust. I mean, obviously not right away. That was like years in, but like little things that you would trust someone with that's in your face every single day, and then knowing that like that never got out, then you're like, okay, I really trust that person.
And the way that you do it from the makeup artist end is whatever your client tells you, like literally whatever they tell you, like when you're working or even when you're not working, when you leave, like you pretend like you don't tell anyone, like not your mother, not your best friend, like you just pretend like you never heard it, and then you won't have a problem keeping it. Because you know, some people have a problem keeping a secret. If you just forget it, like literally don't think about it. Where'd you
His head like me.
Yeah, so that's how you do it. You just forget that you just pretend you never heard it. Okay, so this is the contour palette number 1, and I love to use, if you guys have been to my other classes or follow me on social media, you know that for the nose, I always like to use a grayish tone, and this one here is perfect for the nose.
Kim. Hey Mario, hey Keeks. I think everybody here is like, we've been dying for you to have your own makeup line. The fact that you did it, we're just like super excited to see what's in store. So can you tell us like what do you like expect your brand to become, or what kind of products you plan on making for us? Because I know I'll definitely buy it.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, I really wanted to start off with something that was always constant with me. Like no matter if I was doing heavier makeup or a lighter look, I always had some form of like bronzer, contour, something warming me up and highlighting. So that's why I started with the contour sticks. And just I really wanted it to be easy. I know on social media a lot of people like a lot of pigment and a lot of color, and I wanted to do a line that I could do myself, that I know that like I could blend it well, and I feel like I didn't need to have a makeup artist there to do it. And with my powders and my powder contours, like I just wanted to always stick with like skin for a while. You know, after this we're gonna come out with concealers, because when I do my concealer I have a pretty crazy process, so I'm bringing that to you guys, and just all the things that I love and that I personally use is what I'm starting the line with. And then I'm hoping to really branch it out into different looks. You know, maybe Mario and I have something coming out soon.
Shh, don't tell them.
You know, just like I really want to like just give you guys everything that I personally use, because I feel like I'm not a makeup artist and I'm, you know, learning as I go, but it's easy when I just have it in front of my face and it's like, okay, here's this kit, this is how you use this, and just not make it really complicated. But I'm going to stick with skin for a little bit.
I just have a wee question. My name is Charlene and I've came the whole way from Ireland to see you. So thank you very much for giving me this big opportunity. What is your favourite highlighter? And also, what is your best highlighting tip?
Well, my favorite highlighter is the one that comes out soon. My new highlighters. But they really are. Like, I've used so many, and I just wanted something that I could, you know, bring with me and not have so many different products. Mario might have a different one.
I use lots of different ones. If you want a more of a natural, like not a beaming highlight, then the KKW one is really great. If you want like a really, really strong one, then sometimes for that I'll use like loose pigments, or I'll wet my brush and then use a regular highlighter that's in a pan form, like the Becca one, or the Surat Beauty one has one that I use, and sometimes I wet it if I want it to be more intense. Or sometimes I use an eyeshadow, like a golden or champagne eyeshadow, and I wet it with a brush and apply it if I want to get like a really intense highlight. But I think that market is so Oh, and the Laura Mercier ones, the ones that are squiggly, those little, they're illuminators. Those are really nice too, and if you wet those, you get really intense highlight. That market is so oversaturated. There's so many highlighters on the market, so it just comes down to preference. You know, in your kit, you should have different ones. You should have some that are soft and natural, and you should have some that are intense. So I'm going to take now a little bit of this pencil, brown copper. I like pencils like this that are kind of brownish, that have a little bit of a bronzy sheen to them. This is Laura Mercier brown copper, and I'm going to just softly apply that close to the lash line. I'm going to wind up smoking it out and blowing it out in just a bit. Here, the more skinny and cinched it's going to look. The more diffuse and soft the line is, the way I did it on Kim, the more natural the contour is going to look. Basically, that's if you want to make a nose look thinner. If a nose is long, you want to contour very softly, not with their dark shade around the nose here. If someone has a bump on their nose, you want to make sure that you do not highlight. If someone has a long nose, you never want to put the Instagram highlight on the tip. And I see people do that on social media, and it drives me crazy. If someone has a long nose, you do not put like a bunch of highlighter on the tip of their nose. You're doing them the biggest disservice of their entire life. Basically like that. So, some noses don't need anything. Some noses don't need highlight or contour. Some noses only need highlight. Some noses don't need contour. Kim has a bone here that comes out, so I never put highlighter on that bone. I put it below it and above it. And that's how you highlight and contour. It's really simple. You just kind of, sometimes the nose is crooked, like will be crooked like that, and so you just shade the one side as opposed to both sides, because if you shade both sides on a crooked nose, it's going to look more crooked. So you got to be careful that you're not.
Take a photo while I'm.
You know they are going to, right? Okay. Okay, so wait, let me just see where I'm at now. I always save lashes to the last because I hate applying lashes. Let's do some highlight on her now. Who said yes? When the client turns their head, you just see it looks like the skin is glowing. I think what people do now on social media a lot is they do here and here. I don't do it on both because that actually makes the forehead look bigger. I just like to do it on one little spot so it's discreet, and then you just get a little glow when the head turns, when the light hits. And just a tiny bit on the chin here. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a blush and I'm going to blend it all together. So I'm going to take two different blushes. This is the Milani blush, which I love. It's Luminoso 05.
Something drugstore.
Smile.
He said no more questions.
It overlaps for sure, yeah. I'm just kind of brushing it, smile. I'm just kind of brushing it on the apple, so it definitely blends. That's blending as well. You never want to have like blush and then a sharp transition into highlighter. You want it to kind of blend. What? What happened? Lock on lash, super bonding latex free adhesive in black. So just really pigmented black glue.
Oh, he's going for the last
Just put that.
It's not done yet.
What are you clapping for? Yeah, can you leave it like this, Mike? It's more, you could really see the makeup when you see the full thing better. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of more. I think that was small, medium. That was like large. Now I'm going to take the extra large. Oh, lashes are so tedious. You guys like the lashes or?
Yeah.
Jeez. No one knows how to give a compliment around here. Yes. James, you know what? It's the half lash, I think. It's Demi 3D Silk Half Lash Invisible. So they have like a thicker strip that's black, and then they have an invisible strip. This one was the invisible strip. Very, a very similar texture to Vaseline. It just gives like a, what I call a super expensive glow. Let me just put that here. It's like that glowing from within look. So all the makeup artists used to use this back in the day. This was like how they got the glow for all the editorials and all the magazine shoots that we would do. Like it was always Elizabeth Arden 8-hour cream on the shoulders, on the collarbones, on the cheeks, on the eyelids. And I'm going to put a little bit now of this MAC NW25. Just a little extra right under her eye. She likes some right there. This is MAC Spice. I'm just going to use a little bit of MAC Spice to define. Mike? Are these lights here dimmable or no? Okay, can we try to dim them? I just want to see what the screen looks like, if you can actually catch a highlight. If you dim them, it might be just that it's blown out. Look straight to camera, Kim.
It looks even like whiter now, like just my skin color.
Yeah, it's probably just the screen. All right, we can go back to normal. So I'm going to mix some colors. These are mattes here, and these are creamies. So I'm going to just start mixing.
How do you pick the perfect nude?
This is how.
No, but like,
See, look at that.
what do you look for?
It's hard to explain. I just kind of know in my head.
Can we get in his head?
And then I usually like to add a little bit of a peach always to it at the end. I have my little lucky peach color right here. I usually mix it with that. It's actually from Colette in Paris, which closed. Just closed recently. I'm going to use the Ciroc Beauty peach blush. Peach lip gloss. just cover your hair. Take the Tatcha, do the skin mist. Pretty nice. Just like that. Right a little bit. Chin up a little bit. Turn left and right. No, it's a video. It's a video. Sexy face. Alright, hold on. I'm just gonna take a photo because it's part of the job. You have to keep getting a photo. Yeah, guys. So I think that's it.